Oh yeah, it's one of those type of videos. So recently, a lot of games I played when I was a kid are getting ported and remastered. And one of those games is No More Heroes. I know it's kind of crazy that my childhood was that fucking messed up to where No More Heroes was a childhood game. But dude, I was also the kid that played Mad World. Now, this game is super crazy. Like, this shit is like if you took a Tarantino movie and you put it on crack and you turned it into a video game and then you turned it up by 11. It's that type of game. And the thing is, Travis is still one of the craziest video game characters I've ever played. Hell, the whole cast is. Hell, Travis is based off of Johnny Knoxville and Sylvia is based off of Scarlett Johansson. So you know this motherfucker's out to do a bunch of crazy shit. There's actually a point in the game where he gets shot by a laser and gets up like it's nothing. But yeah, the whole cast is pretty wild. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you guys, pretty much a synopsis of both the combat, the insane character story, and trust me, there are insane character stories, and the surprising lesson and meaning of these characters. So, let's get out those beam katanas. Don't forget to pet your cat. Don't forget to use the bathroom. Maybe brush your teeth. And get ready so we can get into the crazy ass world of No More Heroes. P.S. Stop asking me the name of the songs in the A and B. They're on the screen now. Leave me alone. So the last video I made, I did not go super into the gameplay, but No More Heroes gameplay is, well, crazy, and it works. It actually kind of fits the context of the story and the characters. Okay, so we play a Travis touchdown on our journey to become the #1 assassin. Not number 2, not number 3, but number 1. Which I will get into later because that also plays into the story. A lot of the story and gameplay mix, which I'm actually really glad that they do this with this game because some of the shit they have you doing is absurd. You gotta swing the Wii remote back and forth, or because I use the Switch version, you gotta swing the Joy-Con back and forth like you're beating your meat. But combat is very simple, but can become very complicated later on. So you have like 3 attack buttons being, your heavy, light, and you can kick the shit out of somebody, so that's also a button. Then it's fair up until you either pick the motion controls or not with the motion controls. When you have the motion controls, you can swing in a direction and boom, someone just got exploded. Just hit someone with a finisher that's almost or equal to something from Friday the 13th. Which is, well, an extremely bloody move, like it's just gross. Believe it or not, in the Japanese version, they replaced the blood with black ooze. I'll probably show you it, but yeah, you get it. But if you're like me and your arms get tired, and also I play the game a lot in handheld mode, you can turn off the motion controls, then use the analog controls to kind of take the place of it. I like that they give you this option, that way motion controls don't feel like they're taking up the game. And you can do this back in the original Wii version with like a Pro controller or whatever, and it was basically the same thing. Honestly, I like that they do that, but it does take away from all the fun of being able to swing a Joy-Con like across the room. I'm sorry, I like incidents to happen. To be fair, the combat was super fun, but it gets better in like 2. Like 2 has way better combat. Trust me, my nigga, this shit is archaic compared to 2. Cause this combat aged like really, like, I wouldn't say bad, but it's not the best. But it still works and is extremely fun. Also, each ranking you fight is in a dungeon, so it's like you fight dungeons, then you get to the main boss. It's really weird, but it works for it. And the dungeons aren't even long, they're just really long hallways. You go through like a ton of enemies that have some type of gimmick to them. And then when you get to the main boss, well, you get to a boss fight. And a lot of them have very interesting boss fights. I think I found one that wasn't interesting, and trust me, the entrance goes away in number 2, but I'll talk about No More Heroes 2 when we're not have such a busy schedule. Again, I'm trying to get these video essays out. I'll get into, well, you fight at least 8 people because, like, due to certain circumstances in the story, number 5 gets fucking axed. You can also work out at a gym to, get Travis stronger and for him to get better stamina and better health. Like, this is pretty awesome. the game does do really cool stuff. Collect magical balls, which I know I'm immature. That give you all sorts of things and all sorts of cool shit, such as new weapons and even new moves. Like, that's really cool. The only really big gripe I have on gameplay, and this kind of works for No More Heroes 2, and I hope they get rid of it when 3 happens, is that you have to work and collect money so you can pay to pretty much go and do your assassination mission. Which I feel is really dumb and really shitty, because the part-time jobs, no lie, get very annoying. I think the only one I actually liked was the one where you have to find the cats, because I don't know, I like cats, you know. You can also pet the cat. You can pet Gene. I know this is very awkward. Can we just go to the story portion now? This is gonna be an interesting explanation. So, No More Heroes. This story is, well, to be very blunt, is fucking crazy to say the least. Hell, I'm very happy I'm doing the story in parts, because if I had to explain what the hell goes on after No More Heroes 1 and 2, 3, well, not even 3, 2, but even TARVIS Strikes Again, we would be here all day. So that's why I'm kind of glad that I'm doing this one video at a time. Trust me, my nigga, I will get to the other games, because we have a pretty busy schedule now. So, TARVIS Touchdown is like a 28-year-old otaku loser. Basically, me in like 5 years if I don't get my shit together. But moving on, one day he just gets wasted at a bar and meets some random French lady named Sylvia. Or is she like Italian? I don't know, it's French, she talks French. To which I gotta say, Travis, nothing seemed suspicious to you that she knew exactly how your situation is. But again, I get the quest for cheeks kind of blinded him. Yeah, he didn't know most of this for vagina. How convenient these circumstances lined up, I still don't see how we didn't see it though. But whatever. Basically, Sylvia was like, wanna make some money? And Trevor was like, yo, I got it, I'm down, I'm vibing with that. And thus his journey to become the #1 assassin begins. The one thing I gotta give this game is that throughout the game is that each boss has some type of interesting backstory when you actually listen to it, which I will get into, trust me. It makes you both sympathize with them and hate them because of what the path they took. It's honestly really good writing, and that's what I always give this game. Suda51 and the whole team at Marvelous knew what they were doing. They were writing and making this game. Remember how back in the gameplay I kept praising everything for being able to blend into one? Yeah, the story pretty much explains why everything blends into one sort of cohesive game. Bruh, there was no assassin I didn't like. And these are all fucking awful people, trust me. All of them are pretty terrible. And trust me, y'all know me. If a character is trash, doo-doo butter, just completely awful, I'ma bring that shit up. Because you know how we write. We never bring up Akiba Beat ever again. Overall, the one thing I also like about the game is that it never doubled back on how ridiculous the story can be. If you think that a certain trope or something that had to do with like a movie or a video game or a genre and how we fantasize it, it makes fun of it. Horrifically, hilariously. And I love that the game did that. The only thing I did hate was that at the end, everything is just thrown at us, but they just kind of joke about it. They kind of just force it into making it incorporated, which, to be honest, it makes a lot of sense for the type of game it is. But I don't know, a lot of people like the ending. I thought like the ending was great, but I'm like, I feel like there should have been hits left here and there, but you know, I'm nitpicky as hell in these video essays. Let's just go, let's go to the next part, please. So I bet you're wondering, why did I title the video what I titled it? Why No More Heroes motivating me? Well, Travis, a weird character, somehow gave me some type of motivation. And I'm gonna take two parts of the video to kind of talk about it. Okay, I'm pretty sure when we were all kids, we all tried to imitate what we saw on TV or the characters we looked up to or played in video games. I remember, I tried Travis when I was 12. I was always thought he was cool. Now, of course, as I got older, I noticed that Travis is a kid himself. He's a fucking loser. But he's that to the extreme point as well. Think of it this way. This man went on a killing spree for some cheeks. For the box. For them walls. Not even good cheeks. Like, legit, this girl looks like she's been around places. Like, shit, my guy. But when we look at his apartment, yeah, that spells loser. Even hearing him talk, he had this nature about him. But the reason I enjoy him is because compared to everyone else, he actually learned to stop and think about, humanity. Let's look at all the previous assassins that he took out. With number 10, they have this fantasy of paradise he's always wanted. Even number 10, he's warning him, once you go down into this path, you can't come out. You're going to be in an endless cycle. And Travis says, well, fuck it, I'm down. This kind of shows that he had the naive nature of a child. That he feels like this is all just some crazy game, some crazy competition. And yeah, in the beginning, he doesn't know what he's getting himself into. And you kind of see that with Travis with number 10. With Dr. Peace, who is number 9, the next assassin, it's kind of essential that Travis sees it as being able to accept that his family and friends probably won't look at him and will probably abandon him or betray him in a way. Much like how Dr. Peace's daughter didn't even want anything to do with him after finding out that he was killing people for money. It's really sick, but it's in a really bad way. He needed to see this lesson. But Travis still wasn't learning. Again, these are lessons that even we have to learn when we go forward in certain paths. But the one that got me the most was Shinobu, which I think he was number 8, but he didn't want to kill her. And there's 2 reasons. A, he kind of had this thing with killing women, like he can't do it. And also, she was only 18. She was still a kid in his eyes. You guys gotta remember, Travis in the first game was 28 years old. So seeing an 18-year-old in general, he just couldn't do it. So he spared her. Because in a sick, twisted way, he wanted her to get stronger so she could kill him at one point. Or he could attempt. Not just that, but even her somewhat finding out that he wasn't the one who killed their father, but Travis looked up to her father, looked at the video until the damn tape worn off. Though it actually kind of hinted that the person who trained Travis killed her dad because, they both had beef at times, but this is already complicated enough. To be fair, that's why I actually do enjoy her character. Like, she's one of my favorite assassins because she challenged Travis as he saw a 18-year-old, just a normal kid who could have had a normal life, and he saw her become a disturbing monster. Hell, he saw her kill all of her classmates. And I know I'm kind of, stuck on her, but she was one of the more likable ones. Well, okay, next time. The next one, to be honest, the storyman didn't really intrigue me as much as everyone else. He's essentially just a douchebag that dresses up as a superhero and tries to kill him. But Holly Summers, now that's what really kind of, gave us, it really disturbed me as well, and Travis as a character. Because Holly felt disrespected that Travis didn't even try to kill her the first time. She didn't care. She wanted the respect that would pretty much mean her being able to die. She didn't want the shame of defeat that always happened when she lived. The funny thing is, this was the way of the samurai, the Bushido. They would rather their enemies kill them than leave them alive because it's shame to be defeated in such way. Much like in the army. Now, again, this was back in Japan, so, that could have been a huge inspiration for, Suda 51. This is why I really do like that Travis was starting to learn something. He learned that he wasn't fighting normal people, but he was just fighting humans. People that had lives and, dreams and inspirations. That's why he buried her. This is why I love to learn Travis, because this isn't just a game to him after a while. The 5th assassin got killed by Henry, so we don't gotta really worry about him. By the way, we'll talk about Henry later. And 4 doesn't really give Travis any type of development. Speed Buster shows that his life can legit end up, killing for centuries. Also, she just fucking destroys his master. But that man gets blown to fucking pieces. But yeah, number 4 and 3 aren't that important. Nah. Now who's my favorite? We're gonna have to go into number 2 and number 1. They actually deserve their own segment because these were characters that actually scared the living shit out of me. And the thing is, number 2 is one of my favorite assassins. Out of the whole game series too, not just, she's like top 3, top 5, top 7. No, just go to the next point. Number 2 is Bad Girl. This girl is seriously fucking disturbing, my guy, like scarily disturbing. As we see her, she is just beating the shit out of these BDSM dudes, and she's legit kind of done with life. Like, if you hear some of her dialogue, she just says it doesn't matter, and it's scary. Cause this could something that could very well happen to our main character. Travis, it's no secret he likes killing people. It's sort of one of his special moves. But when he fights against her, it's like he's fighting against a twisted, warped image of himself. A mirror of Travis. But after fighting her, he's kinda scared. Like, he's even kinda disturbed. Like, it's really, really, really disturbing on how he had to kill her. Because even he was like, I don't even think I was gonna make it out that one alive. And that's something. And he's not scared of much. He got shot with a fucking laser. He kinda had to beat Force after finding out a major plot twist, because originally he was gonna quit after fighting Bad Girl because A, there was no real reason to do it, and B, he finds out that Sylvia was playing him. She just conned him. All of the missions and all of the money that we were giving her, she was using it to fill her pockets. But Sylvia's mom kinda says one of the most amazing lines in the game. A real man finishes what he starts. But I'm gonna get into that later. But this leads him to remembering that he's like, well, I got this far, I'm gonna handle it. And they again dumped everything at the end, because when you get there, like, okay, these niggas was like, let's just keep dropping bombshells one after another. So I'm gonna try to summarize the ending in less than a few minutes. Travis goes to this weird forest, find Dark Star, who is the #1 assassin. Finds out that it is his father, but find out, no, he's not. Dark Star actually gets killed by Jean. Now, if you don't know who Jean is, that's also the name of his cat, but it's the girl that murdered his parents. And he finds out Dark Star isn't really his father, go figure, and revealed through a bunch of fast forwards to be his half-sister, and well, some not YouTube friendly stuff happened to her. Like, you guys can look it up yourself, you got the YouTubes. To her, and Travis fights her and defeats her, thus ending the main game. Oh, and then there's like a true ending where we fight, his brother, the assassin that killed number 5, which again, that's Henry, and then you find out they're twin brothers, despite these niggas not looking anything alike. I don't even think they're identical twins, they don't look alike, but there are twins, I guess. Like, fucking, the game is weird. The game ends like that, and it really does end showing only that their fight ends up being a painting in a museum with Sylvia and her daughter. By the way, you later find out that Sylvia's daughter isn't with Henry, but it's actually with Travis. Go play Travis Strikes Again. It complicates the story a little bit more. Let's just end this video, please, because I feel like we've done a lot.
You mean a fraud? Are you telling me this was all just bullshit?
She set everything up. Would you mind telling me how far this all went?
I'm now 2nd in rank.
So, just one more to go. Alrighty. Why not play along since you've come this far?
Are you serious? What's the point? This is all some make-believe charade.
But a good man finishes what he started. Fight to the end. Your most formidable opponent awaits in the castle. Now, off to the Garden of Madness.
So, the line that I wanted to go back over as we end the video is, A man finishes what he starts. And this came at the right time for me. Look, the end of 2020 is coming and it's been a rough year. And this game kind of got me through the latter half because it just felt like a rush of nostalgia in simpler times. While the game is violent, it's definitely not exactly something you want to learn. I saw myself in Travis. Not the killing for cheap, that's like a trait only him and the guy from Chainsaw Man can do. But how he never grew up, in the growing up aspect of this character. You're never too late to grow up. Travis was essentially a man-child throughout most of this game until it gets close towards the end. While he made it to number 1, it's pretty crazy. Think of it this way. This man, after all the weird shit that he went through, being blasted, fighting an old lady, fighting just about all these crazy ass assassins, he was going to legit quit until he just realized I had to at least finish the ride all the way through. After all, I did all of this, and the least I can do for the people that I took out, the least I can do to show my respect, the most I owed these people and assassins that were involved in this crazy ass game was to finish the damn ride. And that's a lesson we can all learn. That whether we fail, whether it was all for nothing, whether it just felt like it was just us doing shit, that we should at least finish the ride. That's the one thing we owe ourselves. We owe the people around us is that no matter what, but we gotta finish. I know this is a weird point to end off the video, but it's just one of those things. So again, hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and let's finish this ride of 2020 together.
시간만이 다 올라요. 이런 거는 이해가 가요.